Welcome back to the broadcast. Well, if dogs are left in a hot car, engaged in heavy exercise in warm weather, or left outside without adequate water and shelter, there is a good chance that they could suffer a heat stroke. One of our producers, Carrie, and her dog recently experienced this thing while she was exercising, and we want to spread the word on putting a plan together so it doesn't happen to you and your pet as well. We want to welcome back Dr. Karen Fling from Eastlake Veterinary Hospital. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Y'all probably, viewers, remember our friend Peony. Her name was Princess Leia. And remind everybody the story, or her story.
Well, she was a little dog that was rescued by Eastlake Pet Orphanage, and she was actually on death row at an area kill shelter because she was expecting puppies.
And she was expecting 7 puppies, and we have really good news that she had all the healthy, she had all the puppies, they're all healthy. We've got them all in the studio, and we are gonna show them at the end because we know that y'all are gonna wanna see these adorable little puppies and potentially adopt one. So let's get back to kind of, we've been talking about how hot it is outside. You know, there's been stories on the news lately, people leaving their children in hot cars. And that kind of goes without saying, don't leave an animal there, but even when our animals are outside with us, they can still be in unhealthy situations.
Absolutely, and where we certainly hear stories about people in the news related to heat stroke and heat illness, there are so many more stories that happen to dogs that we never hear about in the media. And it's a common problem whether pets are left in the car, even for just a few minutes. The temperatures can rise up above 120 degrees inside the car, or just even exercising out with family, this can happen.
I get worried because I take my dog Fancy to the dog park, and it gets really hot in the summertime, and I worry, how long can she be out there that it is healthy? So what are some of the warning signs that I need to look for that maybe she has begun to overheat?
Warning signs would include a lot of panting, a loss of coordination, even wobbly, staggering gait. Also, the color of the tongue and gums can become very red or even purple in color.
And I noticed that her ears turn very red.
Right. So if you're seeing any of those signs, it's a good opportunity to back away, cool your dog or cat down, wet them down with a damp cloth, cool them off, and get them out of the heat.
So that's a good tip. So yeah, so when this happens, when I notice that a dog, my dog, or maybe someone else's dog has overheated, I think that's a good tip to put them, get a wet washcloth that's really cold, or could I even put them in the bathtub?
You can do
under
that.
Cold
you can
water?
Put them in the bathtub. You can put a cool pack over their head and neck area, cool their little paw pads down. You can even put a fan on them after they've been wet down, and immediately call your pet's veterinarian, because if you let them know that you're dealing with this and that you're en route, they can be getting things set up and prepared to handle an emergency situation.
And I think something that is kind of maybe confusing is we sweat, humans sweat, and so we see, oh, I'm hot because I'm sweating. Do dogs sweat like us?
They don't sweat like we do. Most of their sweating happens from their little paw pads, and so that's where they lose
Someone's calling to adopt you.
Yes, I hope so. I hope so. But I did hear a tip that if we think that they're overheating, massaging their paws, what does that do? Well, they sweat primarily through their little paw pads, so if you can cool their paw pads off, that will help. And they've got these big, heavy fur coats on, so you really want to make sure that their little
I wouldn't want to wear a fur coat.
Cool.
I wouldn't want to wear a fur coat in this Texas heat. Now, in the wintertime, do you suggest, or in the summertime, do you suggest people who have dogs that have thicker fur, is shaving them an option to help cool them down?
You can do that. I think that helps somewhat, but the best advice is to make sure that your pets are not left in cars, even for a few minutes, to definitely keep them out of peak sun times between 11 and 2, and be aware that a lot of times when it's even these temperatures like we have right now, where we start out our mornings in the 70s or 80s, that even at those temperatures, heat stroke can happen because our dogs are not yet accustomed to these warmer temperatures, so the risk is high.
So many great tips and really helpful tips, especially when a lot of people are going to be spending outside during the 4th of July and at the pool. Okay, now here's the exciting part of today. We have brought these 7, you have brought these 7 adorable puppies that Peony gave birth to, how many weeks ago? 4 weeks ago.
Right, just 4 weeks, and they're going to be ready for adoption in just another couple weeks. And there are 6 boys and 1 girl.
She's like, my babies.
She says, my babies.
And so there's 7 pups, and so they're all up for adoption.
They are.
Is she going to be up for adoption?
Mom is up for adoption as well. And of course, we're going to let her have the babies fully weaned before any of them go to a new home.
Look at her. She's like,
But she is the best mom. She's so great. She's got a lovely disposition, and she's wonderful. And we think all the puppies are going to be just as great as Peony is.
Oh, this is so cute.
Look at this itty-bitty little face.
I can't handle how tiny they are. Now, for people that want to know maybe what kind of dogs they are, how big you think they're going to get?
We think they may even be a little bit tinier than Mom is, and actually we think they're what we call Chihuahuas, which are Chihuahua Dachshunds, and we think they're going to stay pretty tiny.
Oh my gosh, they are so adorable. 6 little boy pups and 1 little girl pup, all up for adoption at the Eastlake Veterinary Hospital. We have their number right there on our phone. Give us the number as well if someone wants to call you right now. What is the number?
214-342-3100.
And you'll be there on a screen. Of course, it'll be on our website, thebroadcasttv.com. Oh my gosh, these puppies need a great home and somebody to take care of them this summer. Oh, I know you're going to get adopted too. Okay, check out our website, thebroadcasttv.com, for a link to Dr. Karen Fling's clinic, which is the Eastlake Veterinary Hospital, and they always have so many great tips on how we can take care of our pups. Okay, when the broadcast returns, we are going to do some 4th of July crafting that the whole family can enjoy. Michaels, they are here to share some fun 4th of July ideas with you. That's up next.